Hello everyone, and we're about to start very soon. We have a couple of the boats coming up, and we will keep you guys updated. Thank you very much. Do you want me to hold you? We're a little bit past the bullshit, so... Alright.
Can you hear me from here? Alright. Sorry, let me get my line up. 1 second. Okay. Alright. So, good afternoon, MBA community. This is Coach Young talking to you from the launch out here on the Cumberland River. It is a beautiful day, sunny skies, intermittent wind at less than 5 miles an hour, so I think we're in for smooth rowing. There's a little bit of a current, but not nearly as strong as what the boys are used to rowing in for the past couple of weeks. We are starting out today's regatta with McCallie with our Varsity 8 race. We're going to be going against their 1V, and MBA also has its 1V out. They're warming up now with some practice starts. In this boat, we have Master Pasqua, Dorelli, Wisniewski, Kirkland, Datillo, Coast, Vaughn, and Egbert, coxed by Mr. Neal. And this race will get underway in the next few minutes. Coach Kessler's up at the start. He'll be spinning them around and lining them up here in just a moment. Zooming in on them.
It can't take off right now where it is. Yeah, so we need to go well behind the blue shed, I think. Yeah, we still got a bit to go.
Okay.
Yeah. So the controller can go up at the same time. Already at 91%. Alright, it's ready to go. So I'm gonna take it off. Yeah. Do you wanna? If you put it over here, then you can hold it, and I can take off. If you give me the computer and the camera, you can hold it. Yeah. You'll be in there for 20 minutes, right? Yes, for sure. Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Nice. Is there a reason why it's recording? It's recording right now.
He's trying to bigger. He wants to hold those groups for that third instance and other things. Is that their freshman age?
I'm not sure why, but yeah. Let's start. Good. What? You're fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Oh, we're waiting on their coach. Their coach still isn't out on the launch. He wants to be out for the launch of the DA. Now y'all are going to second event. I think that's right. Yeah. So, I mean, you can take your time. You're not going to be there. What's that crazy guy? Yeah.
Good. With three, the pulleys in the back. So you have to hold the two ends and make sure you know what center line is. Yeah, I did. I told him. He hadn't felt it. Was that? Huh? Oh, really? Yeah, it works. I can't play with that.
Hello everyone, period. We are still waiting on some things to get in order, period. We will continue the live stream when they are about to race, period. Right there.
We're in the. Oh, we are just on the hook. Oh shit! Shit! Oh my gosh! It's doing it. It's on its own. Sorry.
Alright, Montgomery Bell coming in. Close race right now. Looks like Montgomery Bell's up just a couple of guys. They're coming in at a rate 38 at the moment. 34, excuse me, 34. Probably settling a little bit lower rate of 30. On that second ladder, Montgomery Bell. Montgomery Bell is full. Now taking a cut. Looks like they're making a couple seats, pulling a power 10. Close race, McCallie's making lots of moves on Montgomery Bell now, moving big power. Still low rate,
I got him.
Rate 34 for McCallie, took it up 4. Montgomery Bell still holding at a high rate of 36. Montgomery Bell 36, McCallie 34. Looks like they're head and head at this point, dead even. The varsity 8. Montgomery Bell dropping the rate slightly. Montgomery Bell down to 32. McCallie, let's see what they're at. McCallie at 31. Both boats leveling out. McCallie's move worked for a minute, but Montgomery Bell held it off. Montgomery Bell moving up. Almost over water on McCallie in the 1 beat. McCallie's made a move back. They're coming up. Almost down the turn. Montgomery Bell's still strongly in the lead. Coming down past the clear. Montgomery Bell holding at rate 36. Maybe pretty high. McCallie definitely settling on the power pace. And McCallie putting on the speed at this point. 32. Looks like it's going to be Montgomery Bell down the water, but there's no last in the stretch. A good counter for the finish. MBA still in the lead. McCallie made one last power 10 push there, it looked like. Made about 2 seats up and then lost it right there at the end.
Still going.
Road down there.
Yeah.
You get back up quick for recovery if you can.
They're still racing.
Yeah, that's still. Coach Calico's at the finish.
So Coach Calico's vote is up there.
Yeah, right in front of us.
Okay, so
Alright, that's the end of the race. That's a win for MBA.
Woo! Heck yeah. Alright, I'm pausing the video. Alright, now. No, not right now. Here we go. Alright, we're getting out of the no-fly zone, which is not. Perfect.
Random to complete it, the category, but this race double clear it has to do.
They are rated pretty high right now. McCallie's pace is just like currently lead by about 4 points. At the 38, McCallie's throwing are rated pretty high.
Holy
That
shit.
is our second prep today. These guys settling in at a 36. Looks pretty strong. Both folks look a little bit unset. And our third eight is pulling about a 30 right now. Now, our second prep today is holding tight. McCallie's second prep today is their first prep today. Our third prep today is about a week behind.
Finish the line. And we had a crab in the second freshman eight. They've stopped moving. Third freshman eight still progressing.
Alright, move to starboard.
Alright, still rolling in the third freshman eight. And that second freshman eight's back in it. McCallie hasn't made too much progress, about a boat and a half on us. And that ladies double's coming down to the finish now, getting close to the end of the course. McCallie's freshman eight soundly has this one by water open, boat length open. And the third freshman eight's caught up to the second after that crab delay. Both boats throwing it back now. Third freshman eight coming in now to rate 30. They've dropped it down quite a bit. Lost some steam. And the second freshman eight's holding at 34. So they've rated back up after that brief pause. And McCallie came in strong at a 32. Held that rate for most of the course. They're going to take this one by a solid length. And the ladies double has completed the course. All right, gentlemen, let's retrieve the drone.
Alright.
So we are officially live already.
I'm off Kirk this time.
All right, hello everyone. Again, this is Coach Young. So to recap that last race, that was our second freshman race, and McCallie won that race. They're 2F8. They won by, I think, about a length. McCallie by 1.5. Second freshman race. Following that, we had our D-boat, the second freshman race. That was really Johnson Parker versus Lindsay. They were in second place on that one, and third was our the ladies double. Of course, they're kind of in a different boat category in that race, but they were far ahead of the other 8s. Next up, we're going to be having our first freshman race. So this is going to be against McCallie's first freshman 8, and we are going to have the following boat running against them. This is our first freshman 8 of Caldwell, Stalin, Plato, Perry, Walker, Meyer, Reisinger, Coleman, and Cox by Mr. Willett. We'll be rowing down in the Resilience momentarily, and we'll send the drone up and check them out. Ollie's still holding it at 36. They're really consistent in that rate. Settling in. MBA's had some major set issues, but they've recovered. They're back at the 36, but they're making a rate up for the finish now. They're now at least 3 boat lengths. I'd say 4 or 5 boat lengths on McCallie. Strong finish for the MBA freshman work boat. McCallie just lost some strokes to the timing. I think we're back in it now. MBA coming down to the last freshman's race, rolling to 37. And McCallie settling now at 31-32. What do you say? I agree.
I'm getting closer right now.
Alright.
Right, they're done?
Yeah. Well, it's still finishing, but way open wind, so NBA by, let's say, 3-4 boat lengths at this point. They just finished this.
Alright.
Strong win for the first freshman 8.
Alright, NBA won, guys. Yay.
On is ready to go. Alrighty, so we are live. Yes.
Hello again, everyone. Coach Young comes to you live from the Montgomery River. We started with the 1B race, which was a very competitive race down to the end, but ultimately Montgomery Bell won that race by open water. And then following that, we had the second freshman race, where Montgomery Bell fielded 2 boats against one McCallie second. And that race, McCallie won by a decent margin, followed by our second freshman boat and our third freshman boat thereafter. And the very front of that race was the women's double, which was raced on that same team. And then the race we just watched, we had the first freshman race where we had 1-8. We had 2 8s. No, sorry. We had 1-8 against McCallie's first freshman 8, and we won that race by a healthy margin as well. So far for first today, we have 2 for MBA, 1 for McCallie, and we're about to watch the second varsity 8 race. And in this race, we are going to be watching the Intrepid shell come down, which is going to include the following crew: Coulthard, King, Murph, Meyer, Murphy, Green, Bettis, Locke, and Cox by Mr. Lenderman. So this should be a competitive race, and they're running up against one McCallie second V8 as well. After this, we just have 1 race left in the day, which will be the third varsity race, which will be a similar setup. We'll have another 8 then. So, to recap the crew, overall, most boats were holding between 32 and 36. The high rate was definitely
Let's put it up. 63. Alright. Alright, Coach. We're about to take off. Boy 6. Alright, yeah, no fly zones.
still live.
Yes, sir.
All right. So up ahead, we have the 2V8 spinning right now. Starting to get lined up for this race. Looks like Montgomery Bell is going to be on the outside, closest to the other shore. Looks like McCallie's turning into the middle towards the center channel. And again, in this boat, we have the following gentlemen. We have Coulthard, King, Murph, Meyer, Murphy, Green, Bettis, and Locke, Cox by Linderman. So Coulthard and King forming the stern pair of this boat. And earlier we saw an impressive performance from the first V8, Master Pasco Durelli stern pair of the Master Pasco Durelli was Newski, Kirkland, Attilo, Coast, Vaughn, Egbert, and Neil boat. It looks like behind us we also have the final heat coming up as well. Our third varsity boat working their way up to the start. Again, we'll join that race in a moment, but that race is going to include a boat with Caldwell, Stalin, Plato, Perry, Walker. Excuse me, inaccurate statement. That boat's going to include Roth, Lindsay, Clausen, Graves, Owens, Grant, Haggerty, Gold, Cerati, as well as Tumanella, Price, Nivens, Smith, Green, Gatto, Robinson, and Schneider. So it's full for the start. Looks like we're about to get underway for this 2V race. Blades are planted. Touching it up.
Get higher than the tree line.
There's okay. Spinning around at the start. Looks like we're still getting lined up. Pretty similar rate, which is always interesting to see the power application comparison and how the rigging works out. So right now, MBA is pulling out strong ahead. Looks like they actually have open water on McCallie. In fact, they do. They have a growing lead on McCallie, still rolling about a 35, McCallie rolling about a 36, and several seats open now. Say half a boat open on McCallie at this point in the race. McCallie dropping the rate a bit. Looks like they're down to the 33. And MBA rolling at 33 as well. So both teams came out hard at 36, 37, excuse me. And now settled into a solid race pace, about 34, 33. And it's still competitive. McCallie's made some moves. They just pulled a power 10. They came back about 3 seats on NBA. Trying to close that gap as they come down the middle of the board. NBA still has open water on them. NBA coming to 38 now. The best rate quite a bit. 37 for NBA. Higher rate. McCallie full of 33. So they can't take the weight out, making a move the whole time. They still have open water at this point, but McCallie has definitely closed that gap. McCallie's made some steps. Both boats are very set. Crew's working in time. Like 3 puzzle catches, both crews. Front to back splash coming off. Particularly McCallie on both crews. The rate up quite a bit now. Coming in at 34. And they're making moves with NBA. McCallie's going to make a push here towards the end. They came back distance and closed that gap. More of the water. And McCallie's back up. NBA still in the lead by about 4 seats. And NBA now, looks like they have open water again as they're downstream. Pretty neck and neck. Alright, 35 for NBA, making a push now to the very end of the piece. This is a neck and neck race. McCallie's still trying to make a move on it, but they've made the whole top so far. NBA now pulling away. Looks like they have open water. Montgomery Bell second part 8 open water at this point.
At 25.
Montgomery Bell 2 leads, maybe
I said it to
38 on the
25.
race. They're really pushing hard here at the end.
So we're going to have to get it quick.
McCallie at a 36. They've taken it back up a couple minutes as well. NBA still coming through. They're using some speed here towards the finish. And that's Montgomery Bell. They win by, looks like, not by much. McCallie made some moves after the initial lead. Great race, but Montgomery Bell, second varsity, takes the TV race.
Oh, okay, there she is. Come in.
And they finished that piece in about 4 minutes and 44 seconds. 4 minutes, 42 seconds.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, he veered way out towards the end. rate below 36.
Cool. Coach was walking lodge. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. We are live again.
Live?
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody watching. Thank you so much for joining us online today. Hope you're able to see the races and enjoy them just like we can out here from the river. So we're now approaching our final race of the day. This is going to be the third varsity heat. Just to recap on that last race, that was the second varsity heat, and MBA won that race by, according to Coach Calico, about their bow on our 8th seat. So about 3/4 of a boat, which is a pretty solid win for that second varsity heat. So we're now going to watch the last race of the day. We have one McCallie boat versus 2 MBA boats, our 3V8 and 4V8. In the 3V, which is the Gravitas, we have Roth, Lindsay, Clausen, Graves, Owens, Grant, Haggerty, and Gold, Cox by Mr. Cerati. In the 4V8, we have Mr. Tuminello, Chrysler, Nimmo, Smith, Cooper, Green, Gatto, Robinson, Cox by Mr. Schneider in the original 6. So that's our 3 and 4 varsity 8s rowing against McCallie's third varsity 8 as well. Again, it's the last race of the day. So to recap so far, if my math is correct, or my recount is correct, I think we've had one win for MBA on that first varsity. We had a loss on the second frosh race where McCallie won. We had a win on the first frosh and a win on the second varsity race. So now down to this last race of the day. It's about 5 o'clock now. Still good light conditions though. Again, calm weather, absolutely no wind at this point. So I know the drone crew is happy about that. Less of a worry about what's going to happen to the drone. And we have just enough battery left to get this last race for you. So we'll watch this race get underway and check in with the crews.
You ready?
Oh, we're about to watch. Drone heads up to watch those boats. Definitely so nice as a coach to finally see these guys get the opportunity to race. Done a lot of practicing this year and not as much racing. That goes for both schools. I'm sure the McCallie guys appreciate the chance as well. As Coach Kessler likes to say, the sport doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and it's only fun when you get to race. Otherwise, just a lot of hard work. So it's great for these guys to have an opportunity to put all that hard work to use and race some other teams. Looks like they're getting turned up at the start, coming over wide. Looks like McCallie's going to be on that center line channel again. Sorry, excuse me, the center line nearest the channel. And it looks like the 2 NBA boats are going to be over closer to our line. We'll see how it shakes out here in a second.
That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. Oh, yeah. Good Lord. That was good. Not even close to the no-fly zone, so I'm just gonna keep going for a little bit. Yeah. Approaching enough. Oh, shoot. There we go. All right.
All right, as they line up, I'm going to do one more recap of these crews. This is the third varsity race, final race of the day. And in this race, we have in the 3v8, Roth, Lindsay, Clausen, Graves, Owens, Grant, Haggerty, and Gold, Cox by Cerati. And in the fourth varsity 8, we have Tuminello, Chrysler, Nimmo, Smith, Cooper, Green, Gatto, Robinson, Cox by Mr. Schneider. They're in the Gravitas in the original 6. And they'll be racing 1 3V for McCallie momentarily.
big piece of turf road down there.
Yeah.
So
Since this is our last race of the day, looks like they're spaced extra wide, taking up the full channel.
how do you do the follow through? How do you do the follow through? Okay.
So while we're waiting for the start,
Okay.
might as well say a word for those who are new to spectating rowing or aren't as familiar with the sport, why the importance of the rate is so significant, why we keep talking about it, looking at the rate for both these boats, all three of these boats I should say. And that really just has to do with thinking about how a crew is moving as a team through the water, what their focus is on. Okay, looks like this race is off to the start. They just pulled out. So the importance of rate is that it gives us a sense of how quickly the bodies are moving forward, what the repetition is, how many strokes per minute. And as a function of that, we can think about the trade-off between the rate at which they move their bodies around and the amount of power they're putting out in each stroke through the leg. So you can make the boat move fast two ways. You can take up the rate, you can put down more power. And so you want to strike a healthy balance in a race, particularly in an 8, so that everybody can hang with each other and they're still moving the boat as quickly as possible. So we're looking now as the boats come down. Hard to tell where the lead is yet. We'll start to get some rate count in just a second. So 2 MBA boats on the right-hand side of your screens, left-hand side McCallie coming down. Looks like the MBA boats are fighting amongst themselves, but the two of them are ahead of that McCallie boat. Let's check in on the boat from the far right towards the shore. They are pulling a rate 37 right now. Pretty high rate. And the second MBA boat's pulling at 39. They're really laden up, getting short strokes in with the McCallie boat. McCallie's at 36. And that second MBA boat, guys on that is Sarati's boat. Sarati's boat definitely has the lead. By open water, it looks like. Barely by open water on McCallie. McCallie's making moves on them right now. McCallie's making a move, tying it up with that second 8. That's our 3V. Our 3V and McCallie's 3V are neck and neck until McCallie just takes them out for a bit. And our 4V is trailing behind the 3V. McCallie's 3V coming in at 37 right now. And our 3V coming in at 36. Looks like we regained that lead. Coming up ahead of McCallie and the 4V trailing behind both boats. But not by a lot. Maybe not both lengths behind McCallie. So right now, NBA 3 is first, McCallie 3 is second, NBA 4 is third. Coming down, they're going to start out. That 3D in the lead, settling in now, it's more like a 35, 36. It's top the race. We are 2 minutes, 20 seconds into this game. Both crews looking pretty balanced. The McCallie crew just dropped someone. Looks like they have a problem on the boat. They've got McCallie's 4 seat holding right now. I'm not sure if there's a problem with the rigging. He's setting the boat. Probably lost steam on that. He's back in. McCallie's now back in all in. Alright, looks like the NBA 4V rating up a little bit more here at the end. They bumped it up to a 38. The NBA 3V now strongly in the lead, coming in at a 38 as well. They've taken it up 37. 37 on that first boat. That's our 3V. Looks like they've got open water on McCallie at this point. McCallie's 4 seats dropped out again, setting the boat. 4V is making a move. They just saw a power 10 of some kind, bumped it up. They're rating it way up, 38 now. And MBA 3V now probably leads this third varsity 8 feet. Coming into the finish line at a race 39, finishing strong. They're going to take first in this race. Looks like McCallie's 3V is still going to take second. Despite some setbacks with the 4 seats, but they're back in it. And our 4V is going to come down to the wire with them. They have a chance to win it. 37, and that'll be McCallie in second, and MBA V4V in third. So to recap that race, Montgomery Bell's third varsity 8 took first place, McCallie in third varsity 8 took second, and Montgomery Bell's 4V took third. Great day of racing. These folks are going to turn in and head back into the cove. And the coaches will meet with the athletes to talk about today's results. Thank you to everybody who joined us online.
Beautiful right here. Yeah.